Cherie Aldridge. Cherie Aldridge. Just a second. Cherie Aldridge. Gracie. Gracie. Cherie Aldridge.
Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. I'm going to talk to you about Gracie. When my daughter was 13 years old, she wanted a golden retriever. Now, we had always had, and we still did, pets that had been rescued from what they used to call the pound, or pets that were about to go to the pound. So we already had a number of dogs, and we had cats that I don't really think were going to the pound. My daughter just brought them home, and they were probably just something she thought she wanted to have at the house. And she really wanted this purebred golden retriever. And I thought about it, and I went ahead and I purchased one for her 13th birthday from a private home. And I brought the dog home. She was a beautiful red color. I didn't know until then that golden retrievers are actually different colors. And so we named her Kai Hakuna Matata. Yeah, I think maybe you recognize Lion King. So that's about back when she got Kai. And Kai was a beautiful companion. And I loved her. She lived with us until she was 19. We had her many years, and then she died. And, 19 years is a long time to have a large dog. And we still had our other mixed breeds that we loved that were in the home, but I decided to wait. I didn't want to get another dog just like her. And then 3 years later, I moved into a new home. Other members of the family took the dog. Of course, I kept all the cats. I don't know why. And I decided it was time. So I looked around, and I looked on the internet. I looked at books. I talked to people. There's a science to picking out the right dog that fits with your home life. And so I chose a beautiful male cream-colored golden retriever, and I purchased him from a breeder in Ojai. And he is so sweet. I brought him home, and he's nothing like Kai. He's still a beautiful dog, and he's now 120 pounds. So he's a beautiful big dog. And when I registered him to the AKC, I named him Shiloh. I named him Shiloh Samson Aldridge. Yeah, and then a friend told me, oh, you mean ass backwards. I'm like, yeah, I could have gone with that. Well, the cats loved Shiloh, and so he kind of had companionship. But I started to think he really needed another dog. And I began to look around trying to decide, I've always done rescues my whole life, and I decided I'm going to get another purebred dog, because I have done rescues. And I'll get just the right companion, because I have a dog already, have cats already. And I began to look around. I thought, I'll get a different kind. And I looked at Great Danes, I looked at German Shepherds, I looked at Labradors. My daughter got afraid. And she was scared to death of what I was going to get for another dog. And she began to encourage me. That's too big. Don't get that one. There's a pet store at the Thousand Oaks Mall. And they have all different kinds of puppies there all the time. Let's just go look. You can actually look and you can see what kind of pet you really think you might want. And finally I said, okay, we're just going to go window shopping. So we went to Thousand Oaks Mall to the pet store, and it was packed, and we kind of went in a line around all the kennels, lots of different breeds of dog. It was like I was drooling at the dog. It was great. And then I saw a female cream-colored golden retriever, and I knew that's the one. My daughter said, don't go, we're just here window shopping. Just, that's good, they got that, just so you know what you want. I said, okay, so we went and had lunch. You don't get something like that on a whim like that, no. So we had lunch. We went back and I saw that beautiful puppy again. We got to hold her. And we're not buying, we're window shopping. So I got in the car and drove all the way back to Oxnard and turned around and went back again. Now the one thing I really want everybody to know about that is the puppy had pink eyes, and I found out she also was taking antibiotics. So when I talked to the people selling me the puppy, I made it clear to them, you know, she's not sick, is she? She looked very healthy. And they said, no, she's not sick. They do that with all the puppies to keep them from being sick. And then I said, the pink eyes? She's a white dog. That's why she has pink eyes. And I remembered a dog in my childhood that was white called Pinky, because they had pink eyes. Meanwhile, my daughter's saying, no, let's leave, no. And, well, I left with that beautiful puppy. And we got home, and my Shiloh didn't know what that ball of fur was that was jumping all over. And the cats loved him. My cat, Simon. Simon would lick the dog, lay on the dog, play with the dog, eat its food, and just had an instant companion there. By the next day, we found out the puppy was sick. We took her to the vet. Within a soon period of time, Shiloh was very sick. And yes, then Simon, my cat, was very sick. And we went to several vets, finally to my own, and they had kennel cough. And so then my cat Hannah became sick, and then Wiley became sick, and then my 18-year-old Jack became sick. And they were all so ill, I had to put them in separate rooms to give them enough nurturing for them to get over it, and it cost me well over $1,000. What we found was that puppy came from a puppy mill. What I want to encourage you to do, because that puppy, of course, was named Gracie, I want to encourage you, don't buy from puppy mills. Don't do it instant purchase. Make sure where the dog comes from and what their health is like before you take it. That is